It was actually not a room filled to capacity on island number 3, the nation's capital, Grand Turk, but the audience were just as angry as those on the sister islands, Salt Key and South Caicos. His Excellency Gordon Weatherall and Chief Executive Mark Capes took blows on the issue of salary reductions. There was a very strong police presence at the latest town hall meeting at the Ono Glinton Primary School Auditorium in the nation's capital. There were officers outside and inside the gates, high security for the governor and Chief Executive Mark Capes, and according to a press release from the Commissioner of the Royal Turks and Caicos Police Force, it was done to ensure that the town hall meetings were conducted in a peaceful manner. The three men, Governor His Excellency Gordon Weatherall, Chief Executive Mark Capes, and Kingsley Bean, all sat at the top of the stage with a mic and mic stand at the middle of the floor. The first question posed to the three men on stage was thrown out by Director of Disaster Management Jamal Robinson, who asked for the projected annual savings from the 10% in the civil servants' salary cuts. Capes answered, saying that the total for the financial year, TCIG expects to save $7.3 million annually. Capes added that it was a hard decision to make, but the other alternative was job redundancies. But the questions on salary reductions didn't stop there, as one upset man stood up and said, quote, "How can you feel that you can come here and just cut 10% of what I'm making? I have children, rent to pay, and other responsibilities. You say you come here to rescue, but it seems like you're here to kill us. Who are talking to the banks? What about mortgages? Nobody talking to the banks. I'm a young father and I would love to do more for my kids. You are not hearing us, but I will fight for my country. But what are you doing by cutting my salary is creating a criminal. You're sending me out there to sell drugs to make my payments. You're sending me to kill to make my payments." Governor His Excellency again said it was not an easy decision. He said at the end of the day, you cannot spend money you don't have. On the issue of banks and mortgage payments, Chief Executive Capes said he is in the process of writing the banks and asking if they will consider easing up a bit for civil servants adjusting their loans. Meanwhile, one Grand Turk lady wasn't afraid to let her voice be heard. She said, quote, "Mr. Weatherall, did you do your homework before you came here? Did you realize the task that was ahead of you? Because apparently you didn't. You came here and you didn't know what was going on. To give civil servants a 10% cut a day after the Unity March is crap. It sounds like victimization. And now to the fact you want to come and talk to us, that is utmost disrespect." End quote. Meantime, former MP Robert Hall was next up to the mic, and he asked the governor to do the right thing and correct the situation. He asked His Excellency to write to Her Majesty's government and asked them to provide the Turks and Caicos a loan, not a gift, of $100 million. Hall said, "Don't just tell me about care, but show care." Governor Weatherall said they looked into all possible avenues. But the residents in Grand Turk said the town hall meeting was a waste of time. They said they got no answers, but the same story over and over. News 4 did obtain footage of the meeting, but a strict media clause issued by the governor's office prevented us from using said recordings. In a release sent to our newsroom by Christine Serra, Director of Press and Public Affairs, it was stated, quote, "In light of past events, the police have informed us that they will take all necessary steps to ensure that each town hall meeting is orderly and not disrupted so that local community residents have the opportunity to question the governor and chief executive without interruption or possible intimidation. Accordingly, no camera equipment is allowed at the town hall meetings. Should you need further clarification, please do not hesitate to contact me." The issuance of this release has left several media houses questioning what happened to the open and transparent policy of the Weatherall administration when they first took office. WIV4 News will continue to follow the town hall meetings and keep you up to date. In the nation's capital, for WIV4 News, I'm Takara Bain.